for over an hour. And I'm just irritated as fuck right now. Like, so this job, and I know that the end of it. No, hold up. Okay, cuz my phone keep going off. I know the end result is going to be beneficial. Hey girl, I don't know. Hey YouTube cameras. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's just people not caring, but so for this job, so they do two sets of references, right? The first reference is when you get, you do the interview, they want to check your references, the phone thing. And then the next set of references have to come from people. They do another set. It's called a peer review credentialing type thing. So you put in the references into they format, and then they reach out to the references. They send them a form, and they complete the form and send it back to the person. So I used originally the same references that gave me the phone reference. But for some reason now, let me know if you can hear me. Because these verticals be tripping. I'm at home, I'm not driving, I did not feel like setting up a StreamYard. I'm just irritated. So the second set of references, the problem is they all have to have either the same credentials you have or better, right? So like I know a lot of people, but I can't just go that with somebody that got a background in banking for this reference. So they have to be a nurse practitioner, etc. So what I did was I tried to use people that I have worked with most recently. You know what I'm saying, with my credentials or higher. And I mean like recent. And I even reused the people that gave me the phone reference over the phone reference. I have passed everything that I need to pass for this job. When I tell you these references, this shit is crazy. So me and the dude emailing each other back. He like, well, so what happened was two of the references said that they sent it. One of them was like, well, I was having a hard time. So then she told my daughter, like, no, I sent it over. Okay, I asked my daughter, I confirmed. Dude, like, I ain't get them. I don't see them in my emails. And I'm like, man, it's been like over 30 days. What's going on? And so at one point, I did reach out to my best friend because I'm like, man, is it that these people don't care? Like, because I give references for anybody. You know what I'm saying? If I worked with you, then I don't have a problem with it, right? And like I said, this is not a company where you get a references and that's it. They do another one. So he like, well, I didn't get them. He was like, I got it from this person and that person. But the other problem is it has to be 3 references. So I text my daughter. I'm like, now you said so and so did say they submitted it. She like, yes. Text her. So I'm like, okay, I'll text her. But when I tell you I'm so frustrated because this hiring process has been so tedious. Now, when I first interviewed for the job, they told me off rip, don't expect to start in 3 weeks. It's gonna take at least 60 days, right? So my anticipated start date was the 28th, which don't make sense because it's a Sunday. But like, I'm just so frustrated because if it was about references, if I could use anyone, this would have been easy. A lot easier, but they won't accept anyone. And it has to be 3 people. And I'm getting so exhausted because the first few people I used for the phone interview, like two of them didn't even respond no more, and that's fine. They did the first one. I'm not holding nothing against nobody, right? Everybody got lives, and um, I get it, you know. And a lot of people that I use are like directors of nursing, assistant director for nursing, unit managers I worked with. Like I said, I was trying to use people that I've worked with more recent. Um, Even though my resume, I had to edit it because I had to go back. So I'm like, it's one more person. I think if I don't get an answer from my friend today, just to try to figure out if maybe she sent it to the wrong email, or if what's happening with me is happening with her, where she responds to the email, but she's not editing it. I'm gonna see if she could just email him directly. I'm gonna give her, if she respond, I'm gonna give her the email directly. It's one more person I know will come through for me. But me and this girl ain't worked together in a couple of years since before COVID. But I mean, she still, her credentials match, and I mean, we still work together. But it's like, it for me, I'm kind of embarrassed because it looks messy, because people are not responding, and these are professionals, these are RNs. You know what I'm saying? I'm just really irritated. And I know they say good things come to those who wait, but like, I get ready to start school soon. So I really need a job that's going to allow me to be flexible, but that's also going to benefit me in the long run when it comes to if I want to further my education outside of what I plan on doing now, and retirement. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really serious about focusing on finding a place I can retire at. And plus, I want to get out of long term care. I don't want to work, like, unless it's like if I'm doing something through agency, but I don't want to be a full time employee in a nursing home anymore. I've done it. I've done the STNA, floor nursing, supervising, and I've been a unit manager. That's as far as I want to go with it. I don't want to do anything else with it. But y'all, when I tell y'all, I am so irritated and frustrated. And like last week, my recruiter messaged me like, well, no, not last week, right before the holiday. Like, I want to say like the 20th or something like that. It was that Friday before Christmas. Like, what's going on? Everything is good. We just waiting on your references. So I'm reaching out. Then I reached out to some more people. One of them did submit. The other one was on vacation. She said she would do it, but I knew she was on vacation, and I know her when she get bread. Okay, she is the person I aspire to be if I could ever get there. Right, as far as, you know, advancing in my nursing career, she is the model person. So I kind of knew that maybe wouldn't get back. One of them got back immediately. So it's like, part of me just want to say fuck it and just be like, all right, just, you know what I'm saying, because like, I'm holding out, you know what I'm saying, I'm holding myself back. I'm good, but I'm holding myself back because I want this job. The job wants me, but because of how everything is set up, it's not like they can just push through. They can't push you through. So I'm like so irritated. And I'm sure some people gonna be smart enough to pick up on what I'm talking about, and that's fine. Do what you want with it. I mean, what the fuck you gonna do with it, for real? But I'm so frustrated, and I keep saying the end result, if I just keep being patient, is gonna be there. But I'm just like, oh my god. So I don't know. I just need to vent. Babe went to physical therapy. Y'all know her foot messed up. And she was here. She just like, this shit is crazy. And it's like, then I got people messaging me like, well, maybe you just need to take a nursing home job and just, no, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I've done that for 25 years and I'm over it. And these places is trash. Hey, Vibrant. Good morning. Well, good afternoon. These places is trash. And it's just not, I want to work somewhere where I can retire and not have to worry about my nursing license. Man, it be so much crazy shit going on in these nursing homes nowadays. I'm cool. I am fucking cool. And like my little side gig, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. It's cool, but it's only so much, because like, the only thing I hate about that is because it's not my business. I'm working under someone. Certain times of year pick up, and then certain times of year slow down. And like right now, it went from me getting hella, clients to now a lot of my clients discharged, and we got to compete with other companies, and so the dynamics of that can be a little tricky as well. And I'm not salary at that job, which I don't want to be, because I would technically make less being salary. So I'm really just frustrated, and I'm just like, damn. Because like I said, literally, I could have been had a full-time job, but this company is definitely a company you want to work for. But I see why the so many people don't accept the job with this company, because it's so tedious. Like, I remember in the interview they told me, don't quit your job, blah blah blah, with the woo. It's gonna take a couple of months, whatever, whatever. But I'm frustrated now because, like, I've done everything, all the testing, the physical, everything is good. All my other credentialing stuff came back perfect. Of course it would, because I don't have a background. But the pay is so bad, Vibrant, for school nurses. That type of job, even as an RN, like, it's not a lot of pay. And I'm a single mom. So, like, if I was married and, like, fully, like, my home was combined to where I wasn't living as a single mom, like when I was married to my ex-husband, I did work as a school nurse. So it was cool. But to try to do that full time, it, like, here, I think the max that I've ever seen them offer for even an RN as a school nurse is like $25, $27 an hour. Most of them still have outside jobs. Yeah, the pay is way lower. And if I did it through, like, so they have contract agencies too as well, that can staff you somewhere, but it's staffing. It's not a permanent job. But yeah, it's crazy, and the credentialing is oh my god. So I'm just frustrated, and I know the end result is gonna be beneficial, y'all. But when I tell y'all, I am like so ready to give up. And I've seen people that was in the same position, going through the same company, and it didn't fall through because it was taking too long. And, like, I ran into one of my childhood friends. It was crazy. She was like, well, I'm there. She was like, and she actually works as a school nurse. She was like, she worked both jobs, and of course she married. Her husband owns a business or whatever. But she was like, just hanging there. She was like, she told me, she was like, it's gonna take a minute. Um, right now in our area, they have a freeze on like city nurses or whatever, like working for the county. Like, and then some of them are doing like contract through like sub agencies or whatever. And the sucky part is the process is gonna still kind of be similar. The credentialing, references and stuff like that is still right, right. So I'm not. I was trying to be patient. Now I'm just like, oh my god, can you come on? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, he emailed me back and he was like, yes, it has to be 3 people. So I'm trying to wait for my friend to respond to see if she sent the email and it got kicked back. So then I could be like, no, you're doing it wrong. Send it to this email. Right? If I don't hear from her by the end of the day, I am going to contact my other homegirl. Like I said, in my mind, I wanted to kind of use people that I had worked with recently. Hey, Hood. But I know my homegirl, she'll probably come through. And she'll come through quick. All I got to do is be like, hey, I need you within the next 24 hours. And she going to be like, send me that shit. But you know how sometimes when you got colleagues, but you really haven't interacted with them in a while, you be like, I don't know, I ain't talked to them in about 7 months, you know what I'm saying? And maybe I shouldn't feel that way, because I've been in the healthcare field for a long time, and I have accumulated a lot of friends, you know what I'm saying? And then we support each other, because, like, as far as her business, when I'm on socials and I see her posting her stuff and sharing her stuff, I make sure I share her out. Hey, go check her out, she's a doula. Hey, go do this. So I don't think she would have a problem with it at all. But Man, when I tell y'all right now, like I'm like so irritated and frustrated because I don't want to take the next best thing because I know the best thing for me is this. If that makes sense. Um and then like I found out I'm gonna have to pay more than I thought I would have to pay to go back to school, which is another reason why I need this fucking job because they pay for everything. And they pay back your loans. And God knows I have them because I had aspired to be a nurse practitioner. Hey, Benz. Hey, look at my manager, my drumming now. Yep. But yeah, I'm when I tell you I am so frustrated, like, and then it's been a rough too because Babe broke her foot. So it was just kind of like it's been humbling, you know what I'm saying? But I'm frustrated and I feel like I'm inactive, which also irritates me, like, because when I'm not working full time, all I want to do is lay around and sleep, like, shit. And even Babe, like, you sleeping too much, and I'm like, because I'm inactive, you know what I'm saying? Child, when I tell y'all, I was just sitting over here reading these emails from the guy, just in tears because I'm just like, I'm ready to restart. It's been 5 years. I've gotten over a lot of things. Like, this last year was the first year that I got a little irritable, but I didn't break down about my mother being passed away. And I want to say thank you to a couple of people for that. One of them is Jay Dunn, YouTube cameras, like, just y'all just being around and just being able to sit up here and just kind of be busy in a different way. Um, and some other people, you know what I'm saying? I want to thank Real Treasure. We had a good conversation. And just some people on the back end too. Y'all know who you are, that just kind of was just like, positive and kind, because it's just been a lot. Um, but yeah, I'm just like, yeah, yeah, I'm kind of low key just frustrated and going through the notions. Um, because like, and then someone mentioned, and it was like, well, if you're not gonna get hired at this job, and I'm like, that's not the case. Like, what you're thinking it is I have the job. It's just the reference aspect is not falling like I need it to. Yes. Okay. All right. I'm answering the email. I'm still here, y'all. Sorry if I got quiet. Y'all hear me typing. She was at work. She was at work, and she does like plumbing, and she installs like those water filter systems. And she was carrying some old equipment out, and up here it be snowing and wet, and she slipped and broke her ankle. What's your question, Bunky? As a matter of fact,
You got the floor.
um She good. It's been a couple of weeks. Um, so what's your thoughts on the absolute perfect ruler? What's the full name for it? Basically, God in Buddhism, the supreme absolute, or something like that. So, as far as Buddhism goes, from what I was taught, there is no absolute singular deity. The Buddha, which is Siddhartha, was actually a prince, and he lived a perfect life. And he was basically, he was like his step parents or whatever, because his mother gave birth to him and then died. So he didn't see death or anything. Like, his life was perfect. Um, so Siddhartha doesn't have to. He's not like a god. Basically, he was more so of someone who was seeking enlightenment and tried different ways to find enlightenment. Because Buddhism started in India, and back then, they have several gods that they pray to, um, depending on which parts you are from. So there isn't like a singular deity, if that makes sense. He wasn't like a deity at all. He was more so of a messenger. You know what I'm saying? And like, his death was really simple. He died from. Wait, what? Yeah, he died from, because they were, they ate food that was given to him, and that's how he died. Even though he knew the food was bad, he ate it and died. What's 20? Ooh, I do it. Oh my God. Are you serious? Yeah, yeah, that side of town, baby, I'm cool on. Okay, that's good, wonderful. Thank you for telling me that. And your daughter, cool. That's wonderful. I'm glad that, you know what I'm saying, they caught that motherfucker. These niggas ain't gonna learn though, cause it's a lot of women that carry. Now you might get that off with a kid, but it's women out here that carry. Plenty of keep it in their car. On top of that, you think you doing something, she gonna get you first. Better quit playing with folks. Um. So yeah, I guess I feel a little better. My homegirl is actually online. I don't know if she gon' when she gonna message me back. But yeah, man, like this shit with this, whew, man, it's so easy to do the wrong thing. It's so easy to take the easy way out, and I'm frustrated because the person that was actually texting me, I love them to death. And I get where they're going. And they're like, well, if you don't like your last jobs, and you got to learn how to stick it through. But in this situation, it wasn't me being batshit crazy. It was the requirements of the jobs I had in management, that it didn't matter. Like, so the one job, we was pretty secure. But the other two I had, if night shift didn't show up, it don't matter if I work 9 to 5:30, 6 o'clock. Oh, night shift day, you get a call at 8 o'clock. Night shift ain't come in. After I already worked 9, 10, 11 hours. And then it's salary, ain't no overtime, right? So then they'll be like, oh, you can comp your time. But then the one job will only allow you to comp your time on certain days. Certain days so like, if you work Thursday night, you work Thursday and then had to work Thursday evening. Let's say you say, well, look, I need a nap. Can I just come in at 11 and work 11 to 7? You can't comp your time on Mondays or Fridays, because those are the start of the week, the end of the week. I have an 11-year-old kid. And I'm sorry, some people, they in positions where they may be able to swing that, or they choose to swing it. I'm a mother. Okay. I'm sorry. And even like my oldest daughter's grown. She don't live with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a mother. Or I could like, could you imagine? And this is why it's crazy. And this is why I'm telling you it's so much crazy shit that go on in these nursing homes. Could you imagine, again, you get off work, you know the schedule is locked in. You get home, you like, fuck it, I'm about to go hang out with the girls, or you and Bay go on a date. You have a couple of cocktails. Then here come them calling you at 8 o'clock. 3 nurses ain't show up on night shift. You gotta come in. What? I'm cool. I'm cool. And when I tell you, I've seen some crazy shit happen, and I'm like, we all coming in. Now, mind you, I ain't drink shit, so I'm good to go. Man, listen, some crazy shit happened, and I'm cool. I'm cool. Vibrant. I was thinking about going to do clinic. I seen that you said that. I have been an ambulatory nurse before. Remember, you guys, I told you I worked at OBGYN for 2 years. Um, and I did interview at some hospitals, but the particular hospital I'm going to, their benefits and their retirement and what they have to offer their nurses and the workload outweighs the other hospitals. So it was kind of like, I want to retire. This would be my best bet. I don't know if she's still here or not, but um, so that was another thing. It was like weighing my options and trying to decide which option was best for me. Because the crazy part is, I am a clinical nurse to my heart. Hold on, I'm just trying to make sure I ain't miss nothing. I'm a clinical nurse to my heart. So even when I was a unit manager, it still allowed me to be able to move around. A lot of times when you ambulatory, you sometimes will spend hours just in your office answering calls, responding to patients. You know what I'm saying? Like I would literally have to force myself to take a break because I would be sitting there for 4 or 5 hours. That's too. I would get stir crazy. So while working in certain areas is cool, but because of my experience, when I try to apply, they'll want me to be ambulatory as far as working at the desk versus being on the floor, maybe assistant. And then it just depends on where you're going. And it's also another case where depending on where you're going, working in clinics it really don't pay much. And I'm not gonna lie to you, 10 years in, well, no, shit, it's been longer than 10 years. I'm tripping. It's 12. 12 years in, I'm not going nowhere and you talking about paying me $22 an hour. I ain't made that shit since I was a newer grad, baby. I'm not doing that. I know my worth. And again, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. So demographically, depending on where you at, you are gonna make more or less. But I can just speak on where I'm from in my area. So yeah, I can't. It doesn't make sense for me to do that. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. I don't know if she's seen it yet. I just need to know if her number's still the same. Hold on. Your paperback has been submitted. Damn, my homegirl done wrote a book. I don't want her to. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, I am frustrated. I'm not gonna lie. Girl, ain't no damn. Girl, you know what? Hey, listen, go ahead, go on with that. You seen they fired old boy? Yeah, they fired old boy. So I do have a live plan for a few hours from now. And I'm just so being babe done got me hip to watching these crazy cop videos. And so I'm gonna try to, because I did the free StreamYard thing, so I can kind of share screens right now. So I'm gonna try to do a live where I'm reviewing some videos because I refuse to pay for StreamYard. The way that shit is fucking up and acting crazy, I'm not paying for that out of my money. And that ain't no shade. I'm just not. So I'm waiting. So I'm going to review some cop videos later, and we could just drag and roast and just talk about them like we do when we in a live and people be doing whole shit. Because we was watching one earlier, and there was a lady who had assaulted a security guard, child, but she assaulted the security guard, but she got her baby in the little holder. I'm like, oh Lord. Yeah, we got to clown that. We got to talk about that. So was looking a little bit before I got all these disturbing, frustrating emails about how to restream it. I'm like, well, I guess I'm not monetized. So I mean, if I start getting copyright, I'll just stop or take it down. Um, but like it's really a great area because even if you could be, they so funny now because like you got to make sure when you sharing stuff from other platforms that ain't no watermark. You know what I'm saying? So and that's my plan later is to go live and we just watch a few cop videos or something, just something different, something else to talk about. Jesus, because um yeah, I was irritated as fuck though. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm so irritated. And I hope my homegirl just get back to me and say simply that the email kicked back so I can be like, no, email him directly here. Cause he's waiting on it. Like this is the only reason I haven't gotten a start date. Everything else checked out. Everything else, my references, my entrance letter, when I did all my questionnaires and everything, like they were so impressed with my responses to how to handle like a lot of situations. And the one girl was like, hell, I've had experienced RNs coming here, and some of the answers they be coming out, but I'd be like, how the hell you been a nurse? But we know these schools is just pushing out a bunch of whatever too. And then people that work in an environment where they can do what they want to do and not really have that true experience. Like some of these nurses out here, and they've been nurses for 10 years or better, and they ain't nothing but robots. You put them in other situations where they actually have to use critical thinking skills, and they suck. For me, because I've never been tied to one job, because fuck you, I have been able to accumulate a lot more skills. And because I have worked in different specialties, it also helped me to be able to understand working with different groups. And sometimes, especially with nurses that go to nursing homes, it's the same thing over and over again. Or whatever, if you go into a specialty